Alright, continuing with my watching of reruns of shows when I was a little kid, we're going to go to one of my guilty pleasures. Actually, it's not even a guilty pleasure. I have no guilt about liking Little House on the Prairie. Watch it from a little kid on, and I watched it all. That's where we're going to start here. Little House on the Prairie, Season 1. However, this disc of, this box set here of Season 1 is lacking one thing. The original Little House on the Prairie pilot. Thankfully, I have that DVD as well. So that's where we'll start with the pilot, and then on to Season 1. Let's check it out.
If I had a remembrance book, I would mark down how it was when we left our little house in the big woods to go west to Indian Territory.
The Ingalls are on their way to Kansas. Notice their dog Jack not in the wagon.
Everybody all set back there? Yeah. All right, Kansas, here we come.
And again, they can't put the dog in the wagon with them? Come on. Poor Jack. Jack got washed on the river and was presumed drowned because they wouldn't stick the dumb dog in the wagon. But luck is always on the Ingalls' side. I think the Ingalls have found their new Kansas home.
Look at it. Just look at it. Green and rich. The water in those foothills and trees. Well, Carolyn. Come on now.
They meet their one and only neighbor, Mr. Edwards.
Come on, work around. Around. You got it? All right now. Here we go.
Carolyn doesn't like Mr. Edwards that much.
Laura! Just what do you think you're doing?
Mr. Edwards is teaching me how to spit.
Spit?
Mr. Edwards is going to help them build their home. The movie has its fair share of adventure too. Pa's out hunting rabbits and runs into a pack of wolves. Has to drop his game. Save his own skin. More adventure. One day when Pa is away, they get some unexpected visitors. These are what you call the Osage Indians. And they just walk right in.
They might hurt Mom. No, I heard Pa saying not to untie him.
They scare Mrs. Ingalls to death, and they actually take a couple things and skedaddle. We be taking these.
Wow, and see?
It's not the only time they encounter them.
I've eaten a lot of rabbit and prairie chickens.
Just take it easy.
Charles is going to invite them in. They're friendly, they speak French, they give Laura a necklace, and they go.
Goodness, he's gone.
Why? I thought it was kind of nice.
One Indian.
I wouldn't be upset about it.
Not politically incorrect.
A few months from now, there won't be an Indian left in the town.
Christmas Eve comes and Mr. Edwards braves a huge blizzard. Mr. Edwards comes bearing gifts, which he claims he got from Santa Claus.
Oh, ma'am, I thought you might like to have these with your turkey.
And Mrs. Ingalls suddenly likes Mr. Edwards
I
now.
can't recall the last time we had such a treat. Thank you.
One day a big fire comes.
Uncle 6.
Rest assured, everyone's okay.
Keep the water coming.
Go to sleep, Cat.
I hear some Indian drums in the distance and think something scary might be happening at some time soon. A couple Indians come by to the house again, but they're basically just coming to say goodbye. One day some government officials come by with a menacing note for Charles. Doesn't look like it's good news.
What is it? We have to get out.
What?
Heather. Kansas tribe petitioned Washington. We have to get out.
I don't understand.
The government drew a new line and we're on the wrong side, so we have to go.
So the Ingalls have to go, say goodbye to Mr. Edwards, although I'm pretty sure we're going to see him again. Next stop, Walnut Grove in Season 1. And put that damn dog in the wagon.
Book, I would surely write about the day we came to Plum Creek and first saw the house in the grounds.
First episode of the series entitled A Harvest of Friends. Pa gets a job working for Mr. Hanson's lumberyard.
Mine's made up. I'll be in Walnut Grove tomorrow morning to sign the papers. All right. I'll be at the mill. I'll see you then. Right. And thank you. Thank you.
At the mill.
Plant their crops and run
Pa wants to get credit at the Olson's Mercantile.
Now, I can show you a whole drawer full.
Mrs. Olson, I can assure you I had no intention of running out in the middle of the night. Thank you.
Mr. Ingalls,
He wants a new plow, but
until the shed sworn to be south.
he makes a deal with this guy to fix his roof and move some
I build a roof and stack the grain.
grain.
3 weeks.
In 3 weeks.
I had none.
Job number 2.
Are working.
Carolyn, I woke up and you were gone. I just couldn't sit around the house doing nothing.
Charles, the Lord's Day is set aside for worship and for rest.
Carolyn, I got a field to plow, and God isn't going to plow it for me.
That is sacrilegious.
Well, to you maybe, but not to God. He understands farmers. Ah!
Pa's been working his ass off. Still has time to hang out with the kids, though. When it's time to get a kite... Oops.
Moving around in the week.
Doc Baker.
Yeah.
The rest will do you good.
Spent a week in bed, I got a lot of work to do.
You do what the doc tells you. I will talk to O'Neill. The grain stacking can wait.
Just tag it.
He didn't live up to his end of the bargain, so he's going to force this contract on him that Carl signed. He gets those oxen back.
But that has nothing to do.
Turns out he still has 1 day to get it done.
And the oxen is still mine.
Well, for a few wee hours more, till midnight. I was out your way on another matter. I knew that you wouldn't be able to keep your promise here.
Broken ribs and all, he decides to try and stack all this grain like he agreed to do. Things aren't working out too well, though. So Laura and Mary decide they're going to do the job, since Pa can't. That causes a scene, which makes the rest of Walnut Grove's patrons come to help. Episode 2 is called Country Girls.
You're fresh and clean.
And the Ingalls girls have to go to school for the first time.
That's the important thing.
Ma, how long is all this learning going to take?
When they get to school, they also meet Nellie Olson for the first time.
Country girls. Country girls.
Well, you are country girls. There's nothing bad about that.
There is the way she said it. Look at the country girls. Made me so mad I wanted to smack her good.
And now, just a minute. I don't hear you talking like that. You go to school to learn, not to fight.
Apple and dumpling. Watch how we send it in. There. You have it your way every single day, Nellie. Well, today I want to play Uncle John. We're rather Rosie. Uncle John. You want to fight? I'll fight.
Speech day for the kids. She writes about her mom.
Enough to buy yard goods to make herself a new dress. This morning, Mary and me found out she made dresses for the two of us instead. That's because she loves us. That's the kind of mother Ma is. And that's why we love her so much.
Episode 3, 100-Mile Walk.
I got it. So far. $2,625.
That's the money they're going to make from their wheat sale.
That's too wonderful to be true. Do you know what that will mean for us?
New dresses for my girls to start with.
Oh, wouldn't you know it, a damn hailstorm. That's not good for the wheat crop. Not good for Carrie either.
Storm's about over.
Pa's got some bad news.
Week's gone.
So Pa goes out looking for some work for some extra money. And this is what he ends up doing. Hard labor. I'm not sure how long he's gone for, several weeks, a couple of months, who knows, but it's long enough to send money and write a letter.
Dear family, I was just saying to one of my new friends that 100 miles is not a long distance.
Meanwhile, Caroline organizes the women to see what they can salvage from everybody's crops. Most of the wheat's been damaged, but some of it's still good.
Hey!
Charles befriended this Irish guy who deals with dynamite.
Hard rock miners, right? You were lucky, that's all. Aha! A real hard rock miner wouldn't let you carry it.
That's the end of him.
Got a lot of work to do.
Charles has the task of informing the guy's family, including
Work to do.
actor Lance Kerwin as the son. Episode 4, Mr. Edwards' Homecoming. We saw Mr. Edwards in the pilot movie. Pa's in the big city of Mankato. And guess what's going on inside this saloon? There is a drunken Mr. Edwards.
It's me, Ingalls. Ingalls. My only friend.
Pa invites him to come home with him.
Mr. Edwards!
Hey, Gary.
Mr. Edwards!
What a wonderful surprise.
Me and the bad penny keep showing up.
Mr. Edwards!
Laura's sick.
Mr. Edwards, I never thought I'd see you again.
Oh,
The Ingalls are trying to play matchmaker, or at least Carolyn is.
My name's Edwards.
The widow
Stay
Snyder.
at the Ingalls place. Miss Ingalls asked me if I'd come in and pick up the mail for her.
well, their daughters usually do that. Are they ill?
Oh, no, ma'am. No.
She saw Mr. Edwards taking a few drinks from this thing from across the street, and she swore it was alcohol, but turns out it's nothing but water.
Got a penny here for the stamp.
He wants to mail a letter to himself to try to make
Says it's going to Walnut Grove.
Grace jealous.
Mister, you're in Walnut Grove.
I know that.
You know that.
He's pretending that it's a letter from a girl. He even put some lemon verbena on it, so it has a nice little scent. Well, pretty soon they're courting each other.
Excuse me, ma'am, but well, you ain't doing it right. You see what you gotta do is you gotta move that line every once in a while. Let him see the bait move. There, just easy now. That's good.
Oh.
Mr. Hedgers has one problem, though.
Me? Oh, no, ma'am, not me.
Why not?
I don't believe in it.
Well, you do believe in God.
Well, I did once, not anymore.
You can't mean that. Surely you can't.
We learned that Mr. Edwards' wife and daughter died.
Saloon.
He decides he's going to leave.
Saloon. Well, I'm not one to stay in one place very long, you know. I like to be on the move.
I saw Grace today. Is it enough for you?
You tell me something, ma'am. You tell me why God let my wife and daughter die.
When Mr. Edwards doesn't leave town, he decides to stay and go to church.
We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves.
Episode 5, The Love of Johnny Johnson. There is Johnny Johnson, and Laura's smitten. So is Johnny, just not with Laura.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you blame her with that bohunk?
What did you think of Johnny Johnson?
I didn't think much of anything.
He sure throws rocks good.
Who wants to throw the rocks?
I think he's like Pa.
Laura gets some courage.
We're having a picnic at Cattail Lake tomorrow. The fishing's real good. See you out there early.
I'm afraid so. Johnny Johnson?
He's a new boy, started school a few days ago. He's a nice boy. But I'm afraid he's just not interested in Laura.
We're both in trouble.
Johnny likes
Why don't you
Mary.
just grab the slingshot instead of squealing for Johnny to take notice and come to your rescue?
Well, if that isn't a pot calling the kettle black. You're the one always trying to get him to take notice. I don't give a hoot for your dumb old Johnny Johnson.
He's not dumb. And just for that, you can walk home by yourself.
Get through. You can do it. That's right.
Meet me by the sweetheart tree.
Oh, that's very good.
What?
After school, meet me by the sweetheart tree.
Oh, yes.
But it's not exactly what Laura was thinking.
Well, what do you think?
Oh boy, Mary.
I figured you could tell me, you being so close to her and all.
Numbskull, Johnny Johnson.
What on earth? Well, he seemed like such a nice lad.
He sneaked off and put my name on the sweetheart tree for everybody to gape at. Johnny loves Mary. I don't even like him. Willie's right. He looks like a scarecrow. And he's addle-brained as well.
How could you be so mean?
Our episode ends with Pa making everything better with
Now,
Laura.
if you're gonna grow up to be as pretty as your ma, I think we ought to get you home and give you some supper.
Episode 6, If I Should Wake Before I Die.
Girls, I'm going to Boston.
That's an old lady.
Goodbye, girls, I'm going to Boston. Goodbye, girls, I'm going to Boston. Early in the morning.
Some neighbor lady.
Won't we
the prettiest.
In this hour of sorrow,
Shortly thereafter, she dies.
as we gather to
Old
mourn the
age.
passing of one who's touched all our lives. Andy,
She had a friend
and I have nothing, but we love. On this occasion,
named Amy.
Don't you want to get closer?
What good did it do when she can't hear them? Why didn't they come to her birthday?
You can miss a birthday, and nobody says much. But you can't miss a funeral.
Why not?
Wednesday.
Amy decides to fake her own death.
Amy, I never put a woman, much less a 80-year-old woman, over my knee, but you're coming close to being the first.
Oh, come on, Doctor.
She wants her family to come visit her. Carolyn doesn't agree.
I told you, Carolyn, Miss Amy is going to die on Monday, and I have to have her awake.
Charles, you're not serious.
I know it's unusual.
Unusual? Unusual's not the word.
Well, the priest has been sent from somewhere else in Minnesota
Back here.
He's got you here till tomorrow.
to do the funeral. So now they have to hide her. You know, because she's still alive. She does talk to the priest, though.
Thank you. Thank you so much for telling me about her. It'll be an honor.
Sure enough, all of her kids and grandkids arrive for the funeral.
Well, this is Amy's daughter, Bridget.
What a pity it is. It took something like this to bring us together again.
Amen to that.
The reveal.
Before you know what they mean to you. Well, you mean everything to me, you three.
And everything works out.
Well, come on, you heard what everybody says. It's not a wake, it's a birthday party.
Episode 7. Town Party, Country Party. Alright, our episode here starts with the kids playing. There's a new girl in school named Olga. That's the actress Kim Richards. And she has a lame foot. One leg is longer than the other.
Nelly's took the cake.
She's been invited to Nellie's party.
And games.
Games.
Papa's very protective of her.
What kind of games?
I don't know, Papa.
Running games? Like I see them play at school?
My dear,
Here's the party. Laura broke
you
Nellie's
should
doll.
learn to be more careful with things that don't belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
They're all impressed by the Olsons' house.
It might be wise if you all went outside to play. There's just...
There was this plank about so thick.
Mm-hmm.
And she stepped on it with her short leg.
And you walked the whole length of it.
Yes. And when she could step on it with her short leg, she didn't limp at all.
A light bulb is going off in Pa's head now.
If there were enough planks scattered around, she'd be able to run and play like the rest of us.
He wants to build her a
Shoes,
special
between
shoe.
Sound and lame. Now, that got me to thinking. What I'm trying to say is I'd like permission to work on one of Olga's shoes.
You've got a miracle in your pocket, huh?
No, I told you this is going to sound awkward, but I think if I could work on the shoe...
Olga was born with a lame leg.
Pa gets denied. But Grandma has other ideas.
Because she would have no one when we are gone.
Does he know you're here?
No, I will tell him later. You will make a shoe for Olga.
I'd say we have success. When Olga's dad finds out, he comes over and starts a fight with Pa. And Pa has to show him, you dummy. Your daughter can run. And finally realization sets in. And of course he's good with it now. Episode 8, Ma's Holiday.
Won't be back till Saturday.
Pa's got to go to Mankato.
Just fine, Ma. It'll be fun. We can do it.
He wants a second honeymoon with Carolyn.
Well, you don't expect me to go traipsing off and leave 3 children all alone on the prairie.
So I wrote.
Grace has a horrible cold.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What are they going to do?
Couldn't you postpone your trip till I'm feeling better?
I wish I could, but I promised Olson I'd have that merchandise I'm hauling for him Saturday at the latest.
Pa comes up with a plan B.
All right.
Mr. Edwards is going to stay with the kids.
Goodbye, sweetie.
Oh, Mr. Edwards, why wouldn't I?
Kids love it.
They love it. Did you get on the wagon?
We have peril on the prairie.
Oh, boy.
That's a rattlesnake you hear. Supper. The girls are not impressed.
Good, huh? Told you it was good.
Time for a bedtime story for Carrie.
Then there was a great youth bear. They each had a pot for their porridge. A little pot for the small wee bear, and a middle-sized pot for the middle bear, and a great pot for the great huge bear.
In the middle of the night, the girls get up because they realize they forgot to take the eggs out and they don't want them to spoil. Mr. Edwards thinks it's chicken thieves. Oops.
What the? Get in here.
The next day, Mr. Edwards is fixing the roof and he realizes Carrie is missing.
Oh, where did that little kid?
He came up with a solution so that won't happen again.
Mr. Evans' Carrie should be up there. She's too little. She'll fall off.
There ain't no chance of that. I got her dress nailed to the roof.
No worse for wear.
Nobody'd ever be able to tell.
I ain't gonna lie about this, you understand? I mean, if your ma and pa ask me a direct question, like if they was to say to me, Mr. Edwards, did you shoot a hole in my roof while we was gone? I'd own right up to it. I just don't see no reason for opening the subject if they don't.
Mr. Edwards throws his back out.
It's your fault. This is a dumb back of mine. It happened once before.
Should we get Dr. Baker?
No, it ain't nothing he can do.
What'd you do the last time it happened?
Well, as I recall, I cussed a lot.
We'll go outside.
Oh, no.
Hurt back and all, the family comes home.
You miss us just a little bit?
Sure, Ma.
Just a little bit.
Come on, girls, let's go inside. I want you to tell me about everything that happened while we were away. Oh, thanks again.
Don't worry, I'll bring the presents in a minute.
Episode 9, School Mom. That's good old Miss Beadle. Well, something spooks Miss Beadle's horse, and an accident occurs. And she's going to be laid up for a while.
Me? Want me to teach the children?
Yeah.
Mr. Hanson, I made up my mind. I'll teach the children.
Oh, you will?
Fine.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Ingalls.
Thank you, Miss Singh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First, please.
She calls on Abel to read. She doesn't know that Abel can't read, though.
Abel, you do have a reader?
Yes, ma'am.
Pick it up and read for us, please.
He ends up running out.
I lost the people that need me most.
But Ma, he's just unable.
What did you say?
I said he was just dumb evil.
Laura, I'm ashamed of you.
It's just a nickname. What all the kids call him.
Give yourself a chance. You'll see. You'll jump way ahead of the others.
She wants him to come back to school.
That's really good, Abel.
I was in the stick. When I see a stick, I see bones. It said this was a man. Bad.
So she goes back to the basics to try to help not only Abel, but everybody. And Abel begins to learn.
Exactly this.
Until she interferes.
You have stopped teaching the children to pamper your favorite, to baby one pupil. This dumb Abel person here. Why, he shouldn't even be in school. Look at him. He's as big as I am.
And
They really want her to come back, though.
beg you, please, to reconsider.
We'd very much like you to go on teaching.
I don't think I can.
Well, we've heard, what
I'm just telling you.
So Harriet's going to teach now.
Well, Laura and Mary aren't going. But she has to teach. They don't need to learn.
I agree.
Good.
Of course, when Mrs. Olson shows up to teach, nobody else does except her own kids.
Didn't you tell the children that I was going to teach today? We did. That's the trouble.
Why?
Because when you ran away, I ran away too.
You? Why? If I go back, will you go back?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Ingalls, you are a fine teacher and a good friend to us all.
Notice the misspelling. Episode 10, the Raccoon. While she's playing with Mary, Laura breaks her little porcelain doll, Janet.
Are you all right? She's all broken.
Well, Mary feels so bad that she goes out and finds a baby raccoon to give to Laura.
This little fellow. Can I really have it?
Mm-hmm. I brought it home just for you.
But I'll share it, I promise.
They name him Jasper.
Petty
They kept Jasper in the barn, but then Pa let him loose in the woods eventually, but Jasper came back.
Jack, be quiet. Don't do that. Ow! He bit me. Oh, let me see. Jasper.
Jasper also got into a little scuffle with Jack and bit him too, before running off. Later on, Pa hears something in the garage, or the barn, I should say, and he ends up killing a rabid raccoon, which
Carolyn, go back.
he assumes is Jasper.
I leave me.
Of course, they now fear rabies.
Why? What's he done?
He hasn't done anything yet. I didn't want to say anything last night, but there's a chance that he may have rabies.
Of course, then they think that Laura might be getting sick too. And then lo and behold, Jasper shows up. So everyone's alright.
Did Jack go right?
That flying Jackie was just beautiful.
Episode 11. The voice of Tinker Jones. That is Chuck McCann. Tinker is a mute.
How are you? Good to see you.
But he sells little
Real
goods and
craftsman.
wares.
Real craftsman.
So shiny. Use it for mirror.
There's the sound of a church bell calling the faithful to worship.
Reverend Alden wants a bell for Walnut Grove's church.
Now, isn't that what we need? A bell for our church here in Walnut Grove?
Yes, it is. Oh, I think it's a good idea. And plaque.
Miss Olson's going to pay for the bell herself. As long as there's a plaque, too.
Dedicating it in our names. After all, we are paying for it.
Reverend.
The community is completely divided about how to pay for the bell.
Oh, why don't we forget that blame bell? We done all right without it up to now. Show of hands. Well, that's it, Ingalls. The meeting's adjourned.
I think it's best.
I think it's best that we have our Sunday services at home from now on.
The town is so divided. Reverend Alden has to leave
I'm
now.
going to be coming through Walnut Grove on my way to Mankato. With your permission, I'll stop in and share your service. We could say goodbye.
So all the kids are hanging out at Tinker Jones's place, and if you look closely, back on the right is a young Sean Penn.
I want to do it just like it. I wish I did. I wish I did.
Tinker devises a plan. With the kids' help, he's going to collect all the metal and everything they can find, and he wants to make the bell for the church. There's a young Sean Penn again. And sure enough, he's made a bell. Next Sunday, everybody hears that bell ringing, and everyone's a little confused.
Reverend, don't you think it's time to lead us into Sunday service?
Episode 12, The Award.
The award has been a ribbon, but this year, the school board has made a generous donation, and this will be the award.
A brand new dictionary for whoever does the best on this test she's going to give. Well, Mary wants that award so bad that she gets up in the night to study in the barn. Oops. Ma is not happy.
But you forgot! Well, young lady, you better remember from this night on. And you can forget that examination. Now, tomorrow morning, I want you to go in and tell Miss Beadle that you're not taking it.
But Marcia can't.
Why not?
Because tomorrow's Saturday.
Let's help out for a few weeks. She's studying for that special examination.
Well, I'm a good worker.
Mary wants a job at the mercantile.
I don't know whether your mom and pa would like that idea.
I'll ask Mom. I'm sure it'll be all right. She wants me to take it. She said I have a good chance to win.
She hasn't told Miss Beale yet that she can't take
But
the
Mom
test.
said you couldn't. No. I can't disappoint Miss Beale.
The day of the exam, Ma catches Mary taking that test. Turns out Mary wanted that job so she could study it at the place, reading all the books, because the book that she was using to study burned in that fire.
One winner. And the winner is Arnold Lundstrom. Arnold, would you come up here, please? On behalf of the school board, I'd like to present you with the annual award. Congratulations. Thank you. It's not the kind of examination paper most parents would enjoy, but in this case, I think it's exactly what you wanted to see. She wrote me that note saying she wasn't going to take the examination.
Oh. I didn't, Ma. I didn't take the examination.
I know. Miss Beadle stopped by.
I told you to lie, Ma.
I know. I made a lot of mistakes too, Mary.
All right. I've been watching a lot of the shows that I used to watch as a child. I started with Alice Season 1, I did Different Strokes Season 1, and now I'm tackling Little House on the Prairie Season 1. Although this is taking a while because these things are an hour long, I decided to split Season 1 into 2 videos because it was just going to simply be way too long with all the clips and such. So anyway, I'm halfway through Season 1, the first 12 episodes, as well as the original pilot, the TV movie pilot came out maybe 6 months before the series started. And I must admit, I haven't seen this show in a very, very long time. I used to watch this quite a bit when I was a kid. I remember when I first started watching it, like especially some of these early episodes here, I had this huge crush on Mary. She was, I was about her age at the time that she was, and I should say, the age she is in here in this first couple of seasons was the age I was about when I started watching this. Actually, I think she may have been a couple years older, so she was perfect. Plus, we had the same birthday, many years apart, but same birthday. So, but anyway, Melissa Sue Anderson is her name. I had a big crush on her. But anyway, the movie or the TV show itself, I can see why it lasted as long as it did, and it went for 9 seasons. And it's very well done. The writing is well done. It seems to pull at your heartstrings with every episode. It's just very heartwarming and moving. It's just very good-natured show, and it's like a perfect family show. You know, there's nothing really bad about it. There's no swearing, violence, or anything like that. It's just a very wholesome show. It's what it is. I mean, maybe it's a little cheesy by today's standards, but you know, I don't think so. I think this actually holds up. It's pretty well done, and the fact that it took place, 100 and some years ago, it doesn't really date it because it was already dated by the time they made the show. So that's just what it was. So anyway, it's based on the writings of Laura Ingalls Wilder, Laura in this show. We saw in these first few episodes, we saw the first appearance of Nellie and Lars Hansen, the Olsens. Willie. Willie is actually played by Melissa Gilbert's brother in real life. We saw a young Sean Penn in that Tinker Jones episode. It was actually the very first thing he ever did acting-wise. His father, Leo, directed the episode, so he threw his son in there. And I think Sean Penn appeared in a couple episodes as well. Probably, I don't know if he had a specific character name, but he's there. And I don't know if he's playing the same character in any of those, but nonetheless, I think it was all episodes directed by his father. I think his father directed like 4 episodes, and he threw Sean in 3 of them. So anyway, pretty good show. I like it. So anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing the other half, and then I guess the other 8 seasons as well as the 3 reunion, or I guess I should say reunion, maybe post-series reunion shows that they had afterwards, TV movies as well. So anyway, these are available on DVD or Blu-ray now. They put the whole series out on Blu-ray, so you can get that. I bought the DVDs years ago, never watched them until now, so we're getting through them. Let me know what you think about it. Little House on the Prairie. I'm sure everybody's seen the show. Leave some comments down below. We'll talk about it. Bye.